evening, Judies. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to SinglyGay podcast. You know, we're here. As you see, everything's a little different, but don't mind the difference. See, we're going through stages right now. You know what I'm saying? We're elevating the space, you guys. So. Exactly. And with that being said, I'm your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Aquarius Kelly. You know who this thing is.
It's your boy Cia Vaughn. Y'all already know what gives.
Will he be in a building?
Always. Or I'm outside.
Why you be outside?
Because I like being outside.
You like being outside or inside, friend? You know what? Never mind. With that being said, as y'all see, we have a special Judy over here. Karon, darling.
It's the mogul himself, honey. Boston own, honey. Listen. The girls are give a little shout out.
Give
it back a little bit.
What's
going on?
Catch us.
How you been, girl?
I'm good. I've been just working a lot and ready to get into some things.
Into some things. And speaking of getting to some things real quick for our YouTube Judies, please make sure that y'all go like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so y'all know every time we upload on this thing.
Yes.
Because this season has been really, really great. So if you haven't watched it, that's you missing out. You might want to go catch up.
Catch up
some more.
Come on.
So you gotta catch up, like on period.
Because this is a special guest right here.
All over here, okay?
All of our guests have been special.
Of course.
They ain't been like this time.
And with that being said, and moving right along, please also make sure y'all comment, because we like when y'all comment in the comment section, so please make sure y'all comment. But with this part, we like to say, what's happening?
What's popping?
He was already giving us a little spiel, but we want some more. Because,
we need a little bit
more.
Because there's a lot going on for this man. A lot going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to start from the success of Bad Boys, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or your nomination. I don't know if you want to start from there, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Three of those. Yeah. No, I don't know should we start from the beginning or should we just hop right into it?
I'll say give them a little bit. Give them a little bit. If the people don't know who you are, give them a little bit.
Yes. Got you. Okay, so I am a Black gay director who lives in Boston. My name is Karon Wilson. I started a company called Gemini Filmz where I specialize in a lot of gay reality content, also scripted music videos. And so I got my start pretty much when I was younger. I had this thing where, being younger, being gay, back in middle school, you would get bullied. Mm-hmm. So I used to get bullied all the time for being flamboyant. And so one thing that made me really step out of my comfort zone and feel great was going to the movies. And so I love to go to the movies because I felt like I was in a different world for that hour or two. And then I started to think to myself, well, why don't we have movies about this and shows about that and this and this and that? And I kind of thought to myself, so I was I'm too young to go to a network. So what could I do? I didn't know how to go to a network. And so I started thinking to myself, and I was well, YouTube is one of the most popular websites out there. So why don't I just kind of do it myself and put it out there? And so I did it with my cousins. It didn't work. It flopped. And then I got into high school, and we came up with the idea for Bad Boys Club, and that took off, and then everything else kind of snowballed into other stuff.
So from my understanding, if I can ask a question? Mm-hmm. So when you started, wasn't it one of your relatives' house in the backyard?
It was my aunt's house. Yeah. So I told her about the show, and she was like, well, you could do it here, but how long are you guys gonna film? And I gotta make sure they don't break anything. And I was like, all right. So I told her, she's like, yeah, no, I support you. I support your dream. If this is what you want to do, let's do it. And so she had I think it was 4 floors, so we were able to really run up and down that motherfucker. And so and then she also had a big backyard, so a lot of the fights would happen in the backyard. Where they had the ticket to the green. Right, so they would go there and fight. But it ended up becoming big, and I was just doing that nonstop. And then I started being all right, well, I need something I can show people. I can't, when I go into a business meeting, I can't be well, this is my work, Bad Boys Club, and what the fuck? So that's where the come up came about. So I was I need to do something that will still kind of give Bad Boys, but will be a little bit more towards gay love and hip hop.
Gotcha.
So that's where the come up came. Did the come up. I started doing at first it didn't do good, and then when I did like a second season, it started picking up. Yeah, and so I did that. Went to like Atlanta, Miami, and then I brought Bad Boys Club back because I mean, you got to give the people what they want.
So with the come up, which season or which location was like one of your best sessions? Yeah, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna ask. We're gonna get into it.
So I think the most popular season in my opinion was definitely season 2 of New York. Okay. And then the last season of Atlanta that just aired. The one I enjoy filming the most, if I'm being honest, is Atlanta. Just because Atlanta, we have a lot more fun. They're more about I don't know, with the Atlanta cast, it's they get it. They we get it, we're here to make entertainment, and then after we'll go out to eat, no one really feels a way about stuff. They're just we get that it's a show, we do the show, and then we show. And they're all funny, they all make me laugh, and I don't have to feel like I'm really working. I feel like I'm just hanging out. It feels like I'm hanging out with friends, even though we're not friends. But
chill.
Yeah, with Miami and New York, it feels more like work because it's dealing with a lot of different personalities that. It's just different.
But I think what it is when they come on or you are going through a lot of these audition tapes, people realize, yes, it's reality, but it's the little acting that goes into it. Because it's for real, but not everything is for real.
Yeah, I mean, I think that for example, everything is real, but everything's more dramatic because it's on TV. It's online. So for example, if let's say me and you were talking about him, and normally it would just be between us. We won't really go to him, and it wouldn't be this whole big blow up. But on the show, it's we talk about it, and then I bring it up at the next event while he's there. He knows about it now. He addresses both of us, and then it becomes this whole thing rather than it being in real life. We don't really meet up with people we don't like at cocktail events.
You're not showing up.
If you don't like someone, you're I don't like her, I'm not going to be around her. But because, these shows, we put them in environments where they have to see each other all the time. So they have to address these things. It becomes well, I'm not going to let her disrespect me on camera, so I'm about to, you know what I mean?
Get my one too, because they go watch it.
See, my thing is when we look at, from example of Bravo, when we look at Housewives and the girls are putting in those spaces of having to, they've learned how to be shady and make those moments. Why can't our girls learn to create those shady moments? Be in a room with a girl. Because I would, trust me, this new season, I wish I will go into the new season of Honey and be girl, I don't care for you. I can be in the room and still, or drink my drink and key and give my personality because you're not paying. You're not my entertainment.
The girls don't know how to use their words.
And that's the other thing. The girls don't know how to use their words to find. They don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is to really just read them.
Yeah, I would say. Well, I mean, definitely with Bad Boys Club, that's fight or flight kind of thing. That show is more because I think that when you get cast over that show, you expect to be all right, bitch, we about to be a hit thumping sometimes because.
Sometimes, but about some real shit.
About real stuff.
You know what I'm saying? If I really disrespect on some toes of I know your insecurity. One of your insecurities or flaws. I tap into that. You know what I'm saying? Then we thumping.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna thump you because, bitch, you say I'm the king of the room.
Right.
I'm running the show. I'm not. Hey, Case. Hey, Case.
I'm the king of the room. I'm
you know what I'm saying?
And
that's what I mean by in real life, people will be all right, whatever. Right. But because it's okay, show cameras. You're not the king of this room. I'm the king of this room. And then it becomes, and then also keep in mind, what you guys are seeing is 40 minutes edited out of hours.
Yes.
So, for example, Case could have said, I'm the king of this room, and everybody was whatever. But then 2 hours later, when we all had 18 drinks, it's bitch, actually, no, you're not the king of this room. And then we take that moment because we're okay, now we got something.
Now we can use it, yeah.
So, I mean, it's not entertaining if everyone's just sitting around whatever.
You're not that girl.
Yeah, so we take the juicy parts and we put it in there only because, again, it's
a show.
We want to entertain people, yeah. So, I get both sides. I get both sides.
I mean, I like the entertainment, but I like it more when a girl's really give what they can with their words, give a real sharp read. And just leave the room, and I'm just why would you do that?
Right.
So you gotta look at the other person sorry.
Are you gonna respond?
Yeah,
you gonna get
something? Because with people if you just go and flat out fight, this is because you don't have the words. You got chewed up, so you don't know what to do. So you have to that's another way of defending yourself. But I'm just we don't want to go to jail either.
Right. And also, it looks crazy just fighting for. because you can't have a conversation. Like, because you can't spar with someone back and forth, then you resort to, well, let's fight. And it's like, well, girl, why don't we just throw shade?
Right.
If it gets to the point where, like, okay, so
we got a real...
Yeah, if it gets to the point where it's like, okay, now I really have to fight her because of this, then let it be about something, like you said.
Really about
not
something.
Just, you know.
Let me tell the girls how you was trying to stop my money from behind the scenes, and then I brought it to the camera. Like, let's do
that's
that.
a different,
like,
that's a different bag. Now I'm really,
you know. Let's talk about how you invited me to your event and made it seem like we were good, and then I got to the event and they told me I couldn't get in and have my face rested on the wall.
Oh, that happened on the. Well, it kind of happened on the come up. But,
what season? Did I miss it?
It was the Atlanta season that just aired. Darion had an event and he had Messiah's face plastered.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He was like, "Do not let him in." He is he put that whole thing, and I get because I didn't know about it until I got there. Darion was just like, "You're gag when you walk in." So in my mind, I'm like, "Girl, what the hell's about to happen?" I'm like, "Tell me." He's like, "No. I want your natural reaction." So him and like a couple of people were like kind of waiting for me to walk in, and so like security's checking me, and I'm just looking. I'm like, "Girl, what the?" And they were like, And I was like, "Oh, let's get the camera in and record it." But I got it was creative. It was a creative shade moment.
So despite like I know we kind of touched up on this a little bit, but I was really excited to wait to see the whole dating show. But besides,
what happened?
I was too. So we had the whole show planned out. We casted 12 boys. Everything was ready. We had the locations, everything, which is why I was like, mad at Messiah a little bit, because I was like, girl, we have everything ready right now for your show. What's going on? But long story short, like, mental health comes into it, and, he was just dealing with a lot, so he had to go back to Florida, back home with family, and he just had to figure out, like, what is my life? I need to, pretty much get it together, which, I mean, we all have those moments, so I got it, but I was like, girl, you need to let me know when you come back. Because, again, this is a production. We already announced it. You know what I mean? Like, had we not announced it and just filmed it secretly and then released it, then cool. But we told everyone, so everyone's waiting for it. He was like, yeah, I think it's going to be like another month or two. So I was like, fuck, all right, well, I thought about what I can film in the meantime, but he ended up moving and staying out there. So I was like, well, all the cast members are in Atlanta, so it doesn't make any sense to try to recast the show in Florida. So we kind of just had it on pause this whole time.
You want me to move to Atlanta? I told you in the last
he lives in Florida.
I'm moving to Atlanta for the cast. You already cast it. Find the love. Find the love of CMI. Let's get it.
What she said was she's vacationing to Atlanta and using it in that time.
Yeah.
Moving nowhere.
She went with us.
Tell me, we get the production going.
But that's pretty much what happened.
So what's gonna happen at the end if you pick somebody? Because you're not gonna end up
just like all the other love shows, girl. It was fake. I'm gonna be like Bobby, girl. I'm gonna make sure my ex is on there, girl. I'm gonna make sure I get with my ex.
I'm just saying.
But I was actually because Messiah went through a lot with the come up and that whole storyline with Darion and his boyfriend. Right. That was kind of like a really negative look on him. So I was like, if you're really interested in finding love, let me know, because I think that he has a big fan base. It's very attractive, so people are going to apply. It just made sense.
Was it really a negative? I mean, okay, we know how people look at the situation, but was it really a negative outlook on him, or more so Darion and what was the boyfriend's name?
Leon.
Yeah. Was it really more negative on them? Because Darion really. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. Come on now, girl. There's no way you did not know this motherfucker was sleeping with your man at any point. There's no way. You may not know, but I'm just saying.
I literally found out after we filmed that night when my production came to me and said, so we got some information that was on camera. We want you to look at it and let us know what you think. So I was like, all right. So I just watched the footage. And like when I say my jaw hit the floor, I was like, girl. It was like, what do you want to do with it? I said, well, we have to use it in the show. But I'm not going to talk about it because after that was the last day of filming, and then we took a 2-week break because then I was going back home and we came back. So the 2 weeks I didn't say anything. So everyone was like, oh, so Karon never heard it. We're good. Like it's not going to come out on the show. I'm like, girl, I've been heard that shit. So I sat there and I waited. Because everyone was looking at me like, did you hear anything during filming? I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't know anything. And then once we got in green screen, I asked them on the spot on camera so that way I can get their reaction.
Right there, yeah.
And they all gagged and was like, oh shit, he knows.
Right.
And I was like, so what do you think? Like, what did you hear? And then I was like, okay, well, we have to follow the story. I mean, I know that they didn't necessarily want it out, but I mean, it was good TV.
It's Atlanta.
First of all, that's the only story they had.
It was a
crazy story.
No shade. That was the only story they had.
Leon was cooking.
They weren't doing their business. But at the end of the day, it was boring. That's all they had. It wasn't like they were doing like fun YouTube videos of cooking as a couple.
But they did like the anniversary, like couple stuff that they did together. You really wasn't looking for that, bro?
No.
I mean, my thing is this: even when like the whole thing came out when what's the name said, he was getting his behind ate by him or whatever. I feel like dude knew about it.
I feel like he did too.
Like Darion knew about it?
Yeah,
I feel like
he did. I so feel like he knew about because it was just like the whole setup, and it was like you mad, but I didn't get enough mad from you, so something tells me. Girl, you did this.
Well, okay, if I'm. I'm not because I don't. Okay,
they gonna be all right.
They gonna be okay.
Well, no, I'm not. Again, I'm not like me and Darion are cool. I just want to play that up. We're cool. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And Leon, I love him. He's really dope. Okay, so you know that I don't know. Do you remember the season? All right, so there was a scene where I pulled Leon outside and the mics were still on.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And I told him about, hey, we got this on camera. I just want to let you know because it's gonna come out on the show.
Right.
He said, okay, he knew. I told Leon, I said, I want you to not say anything to Darion until we film a one-on-one sit down with just both of you.
Gotcha.
Because I want to get the natural reaction of Darion when it happens. Leon said, okay. So I really thought he was just going to not say anything. He ended up telling Darion that night. Darion's real reaction happened that night.
That part.
So by the time that we filmed it for the show, Darion already had a couple of days to sit in it and already got it out.
Had the car.
The car scene. Yeah. So that scene, like Leon didn't go into detail, but he just said, hey, this is what happened, but he didn't go into detail. So the scene's not fake. Like when he told him in detail, that's why Darion was like, well, what are you talking about? I need you to explain what's going on. And then he got upset because he was like, okay, you never said all this. You just said that you guys had an entanglement and you guys messed around a little bit, but you never told me in detail what was going on. So that's how
that's how we got the detail. He was like around that. Just like,
because he was like, fuck this, I'm done. Like I don't want to go into detail about what happened because I mean, who wants to hear about their man doing something with someone who's a friend? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's Atlanta. I thought they was doing all that.
Yeah. I mean,
was she really a friend though? Because if she was a friend,
I'm gonna explain why.
No,
I'm gonna explain why.
No,
I'm gonna explain why.
There's no excuse.
So before this season came out, I don't know if you guys know or remember it. All my camera stuff got stolen.
I remember that.
Yes,
we filmed a whole season.
Yes.
Honestly, the first season that we filmed was way better than the one that you guys seen. It was so much better. Like it was great. So that time that we were filming for like those 2 months, Darion and Messiah already got to know each other. They were actually really, really close. Like they performed at shows together. Like we had a lot of business stuff going on. So they got a bond that was like this. Something happened where shit went left. Darion flipped the table on Messiah. Like it went left, right? Since then, they didn't fuck with each other. So then the camera stuff happened. We had to redo it. I was like, hey, we have to keep shooting. We can't stop. We have to keep shooting. So that's why it wasn't really an introduction when they met each other. It was just kind of like, oh, hey, girl, what's up? Mm-hmm. So I was like, but I need you guys to play nice because it's not going to make any sense if you're mad at him. So then when that whole thing came out, that's why Darion felt the way he felt because he was like, girl, I filmed with you for 2 months. You could have told me that this happened. You never said anything. And then it came out on camera. So that's why he felt like more blindsided because he was like, girl, we filmed, like now it's been 4 months of us filming and you haven't said anything about this happening. And then Messiah was like, well, I don't feel like I needed to because he told me that you guys weren't together. It was like this.
It's the whole mix up.
Yeah, it was like a whole mix up.
It was like my girl Tammy, you misunderstanding what I said because we laughing and we hanging, we kiki. You're not being friends with these other people.
Bitch, get out of here, girl. I cannot.
But that's where the mix up happened. And so, yeah.
Well, with mix up and things are happening, new game alert. Say new game alert. Say new game alert. Say new game. Yeah.
Ooh.
Magic Mike, if you need another dancer for background, this your girl right here.
Slutting it out. New game alert.
New game alert. You like the games?
I love games.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen his shows. He likes games.
All the shows has nothing but games. Mind games.
right. So this game, I think you're gonna like this game. It's
Okay.
just very subtle. It's easy. It's simple.
Okay.
So this game is called Lie, Cheat, and Marry.
Yeah.
You're about to mess it up.
Mhm.
Say it again with me.
So-
Lie, cheat, and marry.
Oh.
That's
No,
what
not
it is.
kill.
That's what it
It's
is.
marry.
It's
It's
marry.
marry.
You're not gonna kill him. You're gonna marry him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why are you
right.
trying to kill somebody? Why you so violent?
Why I gotta cheat on someone?
Because it's fun.
That's what we do.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Lie, cheat, marry.
Marry. Yes, lie, cheat, marry. So, friend, between me and friend, we're gonna just throw out random names, any names.
Just any names. I don't know. I don't know.
You know.
Can I ask what's the lie part about? Like,
So
sorry,
who's
okay.
gonna get into
I'm into this. Okay, sorry.
So you know, so if you lie about being with the person, you know, either they like sex was good or horrible, but you ain't want nobody to know about it. You know,
Okay.
just there. You know, we know what
We know what
cheating
cheating
is. We know what it is. Whether
Cheating.
you just cheating on it, whether if it's just separately or together. Some people into that stuff. It ain't just well, somebody has said one of the episodes, and it was just like, well, me and a person could cheat together. I was like, okay, and you know, marry, you know, it could.
We know.
Financial security.
Meet me at the
Altar in your bank account.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, so lie, cheat, marry.
Okay.
Yeah, you gonna first.
You ready?
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna give you celebrity names.
Give me some.
Okay. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? You don't know?
She can do it. She can do that.
All right. So I would marry Superman. I would lie to Batman. And then I would cheat on Wonder Woman. Only because I'm not straight.
You would lie about Batman and then you would cheat on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know they're best friends, right?
Who? Superman and
Yes.
Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't much lying.
Yeah, a lot of lying going on.
Now with
over
the
there.
best. Now with the best.
Best
detective.
friends. Mm-hmm.
Why are you mad at them?
They both started. It was okay for you to share, you know.
Share.
All right. You go ahead with some real names.
He ain't like my names. I don't know.
Real names, girl. You
Real
getting
names.
Muppet names, girl.
I mean, Big Bird can get it.
I bet she could for you.
She can. I
You like that? You like a tall and big, girl. She like them trees.
Yeah,
She like climbing things.
Juggle Jeff.
She get on my nerves.
Marlon Wayans.
Okay.
Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
I think he went 3 names that we already been through.
No. That's what I'm thinking of. Brought me in from the 5th block.
All right. Lie, cheat, marry. Okay. So I would marry Marlon Wayans. I would lie to. I would cheat on Brother Man and I would lie to Martin.
Oh, you like him short. I see.
Is Marlon Wayans short?
I mean, well, you
No, Marlon Wayans is tall.
Martin Lawrence.
Oh, well, he said he would lie about Marlon.
I would lie about Marlon.
Oh, but Marlon is cute.
Marlon is cute.
See, I would marry Brother Man from the 5th floor.
Why?
Why? Because you like him climbing through the window because you be ready. Like on the irons with the
He do got muscle.
I'll lie about Marlon because I know he probably got that slung. Because I know Keenan Ivory got the slung. So you know what I'm saying. I need a piece of that. So I'm gonna lie about that. And then Martin, I'm just gonna cheat on Martin. Girl, he ain't got nothing but jokes. I ain't got time for that.
He got money though.
Yeah. You need some laughter in your life.
I guess he's a good sugar daddy.
That'll work.
Yeah,
I'll take the order.
I take order.
Give us some more names.
Some names. Okay, we're gonna do. Oh, can we do living in?
Oh, not that.
No, you know. Like wow. Like
All right. I'll do this. Nas, Lil Wayne, The Dream.
Okay. I would marry Nas.
Okay.
I would lie about The Dream. And I would cheat on The Dream and lie about Lil Wayne. Because Lil Wayne, I feel like he got street cred, so it's like I can't be putting the business out with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But The Dream is like,
It is what it is.
I don't know.
What's your girlfriend?
Oh, I'm marrying Lil Wayne.
You're marrying him?
And I'm lying about Nas because I know he's gonna take care of me and it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
The dream.
You
cheating on the dream.
I'm cheating on the dream because I know I don't want to touch him. Like for real.
He might eat the booty good for him.
Well, he lives though.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, he got kids with my homegirl, Christina Milian. You know, I'm loyal to my friends.
You have kids together?
Yes.
Well, that was TV.
No, I'm jagging.
He didn't know the team. Y'all want us that? Oh, we done.
Well, we want to thank you for playing La Cheat Mary.
Come on for La Cheat Mary.
Yes.
So my question, I got a question.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about reaching 1 million views with that? This latest season with that.
Does it sound douchey if I say it was 2 million?
No.
Because at first it was 1 million, and then it went to 2, and I'm really happy about it though. I'm not gonna lie, because when we were doing it, I was like, what if nobody cares about this? What if no one watches it?
Right.
So I was like, damn, like, okay, I'm taking the risk doing this, but whatever, like, we'll see. I'm a very strategic person. So anytime I do something, always know that there's a motive behind anything I do. I never just go in blind for something.
Right.
I always think it through like 5 times.
Right.
And so I put it out during the time I needed to put it out. And it did what it needed to do. But I think that, like, I'm happy that it did good because now it gives me more leeway to be like, all right, well, this was the #1 show that I had. So I get to continue doing it only because there's a really big demand for this kind of show. Everyone loves this kind of show, even though, like, mentally, I hate doing this show. Like, if I could choose not to do it, I won't. But when it comes down to, like, the amount of subscribers I gained from it, the opportunities I got from it, I'm like, how can I not do it? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited though. I like it. I think the new season that we're about to film is going to be way bigger than.
I love it because it got me booked my first hosting. I just want to know if I'm ever going to get on the actual throne to be, because I want to be the man.
You just you.
There's something I want to talk to you about outside.
Yes.
That's what we really do.
I love
you. Just want to leave me by myself?
That's
alright, because I'm going to be, guess where I'm going to be? Guess what I'm going to be? I'm going to be in Miami
with me.
Sweet Miami. May 16th to the 22nd, baby.
Yeah. Definitely we will be there.
Pride Weekend, Lesbian Pride Weekend. You'll see me hosting.
You know I'm a lesbo. I'm glad they hosted for me. They hosted for me. But I'm just saying, Judy, can you just imagine like
you on the throne being messy?
I could be
a good messy.
And I can bring the fashions because girls don't know how to dress, but I'm not gonna talk about them. They don't know. They don't know.
Yeah, can we talk about the fashions from the reunion? Oh, you don't want to do that?
We gon'.
From any of the reunions, I'll say this. I'll ask this. From any of your reunions, including the Come Up and the Bad Boys, who had the best fashion?
So, by a landslide, the best reunion with fashions was the Come Up Atlanta when we did the all yellow.
You think so?
Yeah, because to me, it was our first theme reunion where, and it also was my favorite color. So I was living because I was like, everyone's in yellow. And it's just, everyone was like in suits and dresses and they had custom stuff made. And it just, to me, it looked really good. Like, I really liked it. The worst was Bad Boys Club 7 because it was just, I don't know what was going on. I had no idea because y'all seen me, I was in a suit. So I'm thinking that everyone's gonna, like, even though, like, yeah, shit might go left, at least let's put more effort into our looks. Yeah. And not just like shorts and a shirt.
They did. They wore denim.
I didn't even.
Well, the theme color was blue, but however, I thought that for some reason we were gonna kind of give
more.
Yeah.
Especially for our ballroom girls. Some of the girls were. Only one of the girls was ballroom. But anyways,
You mean two? But I'm not counting. I'm not counting.
Oh, what's the name? What's a ballroom girl?
No.
The one that you don't like.
No.
Yeah. Lilo's a ballroom girl.
I know.
Tynell too.
Yeah.
Tynell is.
Lilo.
The other one. That
she said so. No, is it too?
No, there's the other one too.
The other one.
The other one you don't like. It's purple. She came from the back and threw the cup.
The one that broke my light.
Yeah.
She did say she was gonna pay for it. I just
look at her. She done came.
That's just like she said.
No, it's just that just takes me back to a dark place. I think I just drifted out in my mind for a second.
You did, Come back.
But I'm here. I'm back.
All right, we move on. You answered the question.
I'm good. It's okay. I almost had PTSD because I missed a ring light. It's just, times it's hard out here with production and stuff, and she just took it. My man.
On behalf of that, I just want to say.
It was okay. Your mama kept my liquor sauce, and I didn't have to fight nobody.
She I was sitting on the ones and twos.
Your mama was
making them drink. They
started scrapping. Bessie gonna be like, Bessie, move. They not gonna hit me. I'm gonna drink this drink.
Every time I went on this, she was like the same thing. I said,
same thing. No, because I asked my mom last minute. I was like, because she came to support, of course. But I was like, you want to make some extra money on the side? She was like, hell yeah. I was like, well, what do you want to, you want to make some drinks for people? She was like, because she always told me she was interested in bartending. So that's the reason why I was like, do you want to make the drinks? And then you can just keep all the tips. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I paid her and she kept all the tips. And she was like, you sure you want me to keep all this? And I was like, yeah. That's yours. You made the drinks. I didn't make them.
Well, I do got this one question. How did it feel to have the fans there for the reunion? Even though you didn't expect it to go the way that it did.
Right.
To have that show up of fans at the reunion. How did that feel like?
Especially
in your own city.
I was excited, but yeah, that's the thing. That's the only thing I was nervous about because I was like, damn, this is in Boston. And like, not to give Boston a bad rap, but like Boston isn't the place where you expect people to come out and support you a lot. So I was nervous about like not selling enough tickets. And then not to mention the venue was huge. Like the venue was too big. You know what I mean? So then it doesn't matter how many people we had in there, it still looked like it wasn't enough people. Yeah. And so in my mind, even though the turnout was great, that whole day was just a mess. You know what I mean? Like from production, not my production, but production of the venue. Yeah. Like the set was not right, the lighting wasn't right, nothing was right. Everything just was a mess and they couldn't fix it. So I was already annoyed. And then the whole reunion, the way that it happened was annoying. Yeah, it was bad. But I was happy to see that like people came in like they Gemini Filmz shirt. Yeah. Like they were like supportive and everything. It was really cute. So
I got to sign a couple of shirts. I felt it for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we did.
Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all had y'all couches set up and everything. I loved it.
I don't think I was
we did make it look like a whole studio.
I just wish we could have put out more of this stuff, but it was just like with the sound and the music, we really couldn't. It was too much.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
It was a lot going on.
I mean, it was a cute idea to have the music to play in between, especially with the fights. I was like, ooh, bro.
Yeah, like that's because I knew that would happen, and we would need time to kind of like regroup. So I'm like, that's why I got the DJ. Because I'm like, play the music in between.
But then the girls was risking it and they was about to date.
Yeah, the DJ was like, listen, I'm not about to have my shit be broken, so I'm about to be out of here. And I'm like, damn, all right. I can't.
I mean, we could have put him in the back, but it's all right. It's all right. Well, no shade. You know what I'm saying?
It was still a great experience.
It was.
I'll still go back and watch the videos. It's nice.
I like no shade. I'm gonna give my little 5 minutes because the girls kept saying, "Siobhan, you was on." Clark, you was on that one. I was like, yeah,
I said we did that.
We did that. They was like, no, but it wasn't the interview song. It was the elevator scene when I was downstairs with the boys.
Oh yeah,
trying to calm them down and trying to break it up. That's when the girls really noticed me. I was like, girl.
I was like, not trying to say, I ain't be seen you because you breaking up a fight.
Like, right. That's what it was. That's what it was.
We did because he broke up a fight. It was great. It was great, but besides all of that stuff, this is gone now. It's a whole new year.
It's a whole new year.
A whole new season.
2023. A whole new season of team.
Yes.
So now we know the come up is going.
Yeah.
She's going doing her thing. Mm-hmm. Bad Boy 8 is coming.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
So I've been filming a new show for the last month and some change.
Okay.
It's called Life's a Drag. It's about.
I did see the clip.
I
did see the clip of that.
We've been filming that with 6 drag queens in Boston, and it pretty much RuPaul's Drag Race. We see competition with drag, but we never got Real Housewives with drag queens. And we never got to see behind what happens when they take it off and they go home and they have to deal with real life shit.
That's a cute idea.
Yeah, because I was I always thought that because I started getting into the world of drag and I was watching RuPaul, but I was like, damn, why don't we ever have a show that's normal for drag queens? Why do we just have to? Why does it have to be just competition?
Right.
So I was like, fuck it. I had time to chill before Bad Boys Club, so that's why I was like, either I can just relax for this next month and a half, or I can do something. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna film a new show, and so. me and my crew, we looked through like a lot of drag queens. I picked the top 6, and it's
cute.
It's a really good show, and I think that this is like with this show, I'm really excited about it because I've never been more technical when it comes to cameras and lights as I have with this show. We filmed it. It looks beautiful. Like the lighting, the angles, everything.
I saw a little trailer. Because I've been watching the Come Up New York, so I've been seeing all the whole light trailer, the light one, so I've been seeing the interjections. You know
I'm excited.
But I was like, bitch, is that girl? I know that drag queen, even though I'm not in the drag queen.
I was just about to say this.
I don't
not
do
even
drag
into
queens.
the drag queens and the drag
No
shows.
tea, no shit. I love you girls. I love that y'all are trying, but y'all ain't got no tea on the Southern girls.
That's more my lane. Well, a lot of people don't know. I think I've already talked about this somewhere later on. Well, I am a retired drag queen. I used to do drag years ago. Yeah.
Wait, what was your drag name?
Kai Duchess.
Oh,
yeah.
Miss Duchess.
Because shout out to my old drag mother, Miss Latira Dutch. She taught me like all of the ropes of things, like what to do. When I first started, like I didn't know how to like walk in heels. I didn't know nothing about beating no face. I know nothing, like nothing.
Yeah.
So when I would get ready for shows, she would be the one that like would beat my face and stuff. So there's one time I had to get ready for a show. I was like, "Ma, you got me. You gonna beat my face?" She was like, "Yeah, so I got you. You won't come and you win." And I'm like, "All right, Ma." She like this. She gets stuff set up, putting things here and there. And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "You ready?" She said, "Yeah, I'm ready." She said, "But you don't paint your own face. Just call me when you done." And she walked right out the bathroom smoking her blade. Kept me pushing. I was like, "So I gotta paint my own face." And I have a show in like 2 hours. How is this gonna work?
Yeah.
Like I started like going crazy. She said, "If I know you, well, you know you've been paying attention to the way I've been painting your face, so you'll do it." So I've been doing it. I did drag for like, because I used to do a lot of people don't know.
How many years? Go into the tea. I like when he spills on tea.
Yeah, right. So I have been doing drag when I was doing it heavily. I did it at that time. I was doing it for about like 5 to 7 years. Because when I moved to Providence in 2010, I used to be a regular girl doing the drag shows at Dark Lady.
Really?
Yeah.
She's giving you a
whole nother life.
I still got the videos. Well, not all the videos, but I do have.
Girl, you ain't showing me a video.
I still got photos. I got everything.
Girl, we've been best friends for how long? And I ain't seen that video. I've heard the story.
I'll show y'all later. But shout out to kind of just thank you for being part of my life because that help is expensive. But like that was like one part of my life I really enjoyed doing. Like that's the art form I love because it allowed me to do things I love, like dance and being on stage and performing for the crowd. And then plus I can like just be weird and still get money and want nobody get mad. Mm-hmm. Like so it's I like it. Be weird. You can cuss people out, they won't say nothing. You can like hit somebody, they won't be offensive. Who you hitting, girl? It's the drag. It's the shit. It's that people expect that when it comes to the show. So that's why this whole. We segue into some stuff, but like the whole situation about people getting mad and protesting about kids and families bringing kids to drag shows. Drag shows was never made for the babies, okay? So for y'all that like to bring y'all kids to show, keep kids at home. Mm-hmm. Have Stacey Ann or somebody or Bobby Lee watch them kids while y'all going to the show. Please stop bringing y'all kids to the show. Now, however, it is certain places that are very, family oriented for drag shows.
Pride weekend.
But it's not made for the babies. That's just my opinion on it. It's not made for the kids.
Yeah, no, so that's just stuff I've heard.
Look, I'll just leave it right here.
Yeah.
So I got a question because you was working on a Scream movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that coming out this year or are we still working on that?
Yeah, I just got to finish the script. We're halfway done with the script right now.
When's auditions?
Probably when I'm done.
I'm getting on a project.
Probably when I'm done with it, but honestly, like realistically speaking, we were supposed to film it this month, but because of just the drag show, it took so much of my time that like the Scream script is great. Don't get me wrong, like I love it. You know what I mean? Because it goes there. Like we take it there with that. But we just got to finish it, and then also I'm doing something new where I'm going to be acting in it as well. Because I'm gonna.
She's getting on the camera. She's coming from behind.
I'm gonna go on camera.
She's coming from behind.
Let's see if I die or not or whatever. But I wanted to implement that. So once it's done, once the script is done, and we have we'll post casting and everything for it, and then we'll
Let me get my
head
shot
Sandy.
Not Sandy.
I don't know about all that.
Who's Sandy?
I don't know. I don't even know who you're talking about.
She's talking about Grease.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sydney.
Well, I can be here too. I can be Sydney. I can be Brenda.
From Scary Movie? Ah! I love it. But yeah. No, so that's gonna come. I mean, the new Scream comes out next month.
Yes.
I won't have time to film it by then, but it'll come out probably summertime.
Summertime?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm there. And the casting, you know.
Yeah, why we make sure we there? Because y'all know it's time for what? Tea. And hot chocolate, what say tea? And hot chocolate, what say tea? And hot chocolate, what say tea? And hot chocolate. This is our lovely game that we like to.
Is that what this is?
Yes. My lovely teapot, short and stout. Here's this. That was not a part of the song, Judy. So I don't know where the hell they got that from.
It was.
So we're gonna play some tea and hot chocolate. Let me shake these things up while Fran explains.
I'm explaining. So tea and hot chocolate, it's really just like a true or false type of conversation. But in reality, we use tea, which is, piping tea, you know what I'm saying? It's true, it's given, you know what I'm saying, some good ass tea. Mm-hmm. Or it's chocolate, which is false, which is a messy Milky Way, girl. We don't like to be painted.
A Milky Way.
So, in the end, are you ready for this game?
I guess.
She wasn't ready for
that. I'm guessing.
It was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
so
what? Let's do it.
Let's go.
Tea and hot chocolate. Tea. Hot chocolate. Ew.
What?
Yeah.
What's the first question, sweetheart?
Tea and hot chocolate. Mr. Karon Wilson has a boyfriend.
Oh, that hot chocolate.
That's hot chocolate. Oh, shit, so quick.
Hot chocolate means it's not true. Like,
right.
Yeah, I don't have a boyfriend. No, I'm saying, yeah.
They said no word on the curve. They said you had a man.
I had a man like 8 months ago. We were together for like 2+ years. But it didn't work out, and so now I'm single.
She's out here.
They were ready to meet.
I'm out here.
Oh, we don't have to do the love of Karan, girl.
I don't know, because I'm too crazy. When it comes to love, I feel like...
Well, some people like
let me be the producer on behind scenes, girl. I want to be behind scenes, girl.
Now that I'm going to just be the sound man, had a mic.
That kind of would be fun, though.
She said you crazy. You gonna get a lot of crazy just for audition.
You really gonna get some crazy, girl.
I wouldn't be ready to do it, those kind of guys. I would be like,
tea or hot chocolate? Dunkin' Donuts is better than Starbucks. Come on, that's a debate. The Boston girls, that's a debate here in Boston, girl.
I mean, I've grown up on Dunkin' for so long.
Right, me too.
So it's like, I feel like I got that loyalty with Dunkin'.
Right! That's how I feel about Starbucks.
Quality, I was about to say, but quality-wise, I think Starbucks is better. Quality-wise.
Oh, she's so, it's so hard to determine.
Because I only drink one drink from Dunkin'. Starbucks, I could drink like 3.
Oh.
So tea. Wait.
No.
Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate means Starbucks is better than Dunkin'.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yeah.
I would say it's Dunkin's for me.
Oh. What about you?
I'm struggling because I got like 4 drinks on Dunkin' and then I got like 5-6 items on Starbucks because they got this banana nut muffin.
Starbucks?
Yeah. And I heat that girl up. So it's going to be...
And tear her down.
Hot chocolate. Like it's somebody's backside.
Oh.
Back to our
tea and hot chocolate. Tea and hot chocolate. Iggy Azalea's coming out with a new album. Wait, she is for real? Because I listen to her.
She is, yeah. It's coming out this summer.
Oh, she gonna have me twerking and pop locking and dropping. Because the last other 2 albums and projects she dropped, I couldn't stop shaking.
I'm excited. And from what I'm told, she has some big collaborations too. Like she's doing big collabs.
Well, this is the time, because if I'm not mistaken, this is like
her. This would be her technically her 3rd.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Sorry, this would be her 4th.
Is that T.I.'s old artist?
Yes.
The little white girl?
Hey. Right.
Yeah.
T.I. Hot Chocolate.
Don't do it. That's the girlfriend. That's the girlfriend. Gonna get beat up on the camera, girl. They gonna beat you up. They gonna beat you up.
Oh my god. Tea or hot chocolate? McDonald's has the best fries.
Tea. Oh. When they fresh?
Hot chocolate.
Nice and salted.
Wendy's has the best fries.
Wendy's got the best nuggets. The new Wendy nuggets.
Well, they call it Checkers, but back then it was Rally's.
Oh, Checkers got the best. Checkers fries is tea.
Checkers fries is tea, baby.
Oh, Checkers fries and Popeyes fries.
Popeyes fries, okay.
One thing about it.
I can do Popeyes. Popeyes is the tea.
Oh, I'm just saying one more. I got the door tour.
Can I do one and ask you?
Yes.
Let's flip the table a little bit.
A little bit. I like the little flip of the table.
Tea or hot chocolate? You messed around with one of the cast members on wait, what franchise?
Are you messing this up?
No, the Come On franchise.
Come on, man.
They said you messed around with one.
On who?
The cast members.
Who?
On the Come On.
I don't know no names. I'm just asking questions. I did not write these things.
I know I have not hooked up with anyone on the Come On. If I did, I would have said it like, yeah, me and this person messed around. But because I don't want it to be a whole thing, I have not slept with anyone on my show. However, there's been a couple cuties that I'm like, oh, like you tea.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
There's been a couple of them that wanted to,
get you a piece.
Yeah, they wanted to, do me in, but I wasn't. I can't, babe. Because if it gets to that point where it goes like that,
then can't be working.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
Yeah, and it's it. Who?
Oh, the Twitcher.
The Twitcher.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I be liking all kind of like gay shit on there.
No good.
Post.
First of all, let's the same things I post on Instagram, same things I post on Twitter. However, I will tweet like horny stuff. Yeah, I will tweet horny stuff. And then my likes. It's all porn in my likes.
It's okay. It's okay.
I was just trying to give a little light. You didn't have to get too much detail. You had to get too much.
But we just want to thank you for playing tea and hot chocolate.
Yeah, hot chocolate.
Yes,
That was cute.
That was nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too harmless.
No, it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
The Judy's, I'm gonna let y'all know. She made me wait like 2.5 years for this interview, but it's okay. But she got here. She got here. It's okay, y'all. But no,
Has been a minute.
But it's okay. She got here because, honey, she was like, I don't know.
But we know why it's a minute. Now we know why it's a minute. You know what I'm saying? There's projects.
You know, she thought we came over here, asking like a lot of crazy questions. Right. She was like, I be watching y'all show. Y'all look like y'all really like get into some things. I'm like,
I was actually scared because I was like, I don't know what y'all want to bring up. But part of me is like, you know what? Like, I don't mind talking about real shit. Only because, like, I feel like people need to know the real shit.
They are.
Outside of just whatever they think.
What they think is happening. Right. They need to know what's behind closed doors.
And before, we end this thing off, the girls that was talking smack, are they booked anywhere else? I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen the girls booked in a while.
Yeah. Stop staying on IG Live. It let us know you're not working during the daytime, but it's okay. So moving right along.
Damn.
And I said it. And guess what?
And she stand on it, girl.
Toes down. I have no loyalty to no you hoes. I don't know you. But no, Debbie, thank you for coming through.
Yes. We appreciate you, friend.
Because you got a lot of projects coming up, so I had to catch him, y'all. Then he's going on vacation, so I went on vacation. I'm on vacation, so this was going on.
Yeah, so Life's a Drag's coming after the come up, and then we got Bad Boys Club 8, and then we got the come up Atlanta, and then Bad Boys Besties. So, and then the Scream in between,
and the Scream in between.
The Scream would be somewhere in between that.
And also Love of Siobhan is in between that too.
Yeah.
Well, after we done shooting, Bad Boys Besties.
Right.
After that.
Can I talk about where do y'all think it should be located?
What? Bad Boys Besties?
Besties, yeah. I have a place in mind, but I want to see what y'all think. Like, where do y'all think would be a good place to film it for the Besties of Bad Boys?
I was like, she started in the woods.
Like a cabin?
Like a cabin would like.
Because that gives you more time of folks really having to learn each other. The best friends already know each other, but everybody else having to learn the different dynamics, and then you get the side conversations, the different confessionals of the besties, or mixing up the besties and side conversations.
And plus, it would take a minute for the police to get there if anything happens.
That's true. And we won't really have noise complaints because
that too.
Unless Joe and the bear go to play.
Right. But the only thing is, that's it's far away from like clubs and bars and stuff where people love those kind of things.
It's a body moment. We don't even create our.
I feel like
we can have our own bar in the cabin.
I feel like we can have our own bar in the cabin, but I feel like also like those club scenes, like when y'all did the club scenes for Bad Boys, it was cute for the, you know what I'm saying? It gave the ambiance of Bad Girls Club, you know, the party life or whatever. But at the same time, it was like we kind of lost storyline sometimes going to the club.
Okay.
Because we don't, like you said, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes sometimes. Right. So there's extra shit that is happening that you can't record because y'all are transitioning from one spot.
Yeah. And then you gotta understand, you know, like who actually grew a genuine ship with each other. That kind of got lost. It's like, wait, now they talking to each other. How they talking? So you just want to work in it.
And I agree. And I feel like the cabins, you could set up more scenes where more people are getting more into it.
I think because it felt kind of like certain parts were missing was because we were filming it here in Boston, where we were, and so a bunch of the boys like went home, came back, and then some of the boys stayed, but then it was like a lot of off-camera stuff just because, like, again, we're filming in an apartment, so it's like there's not really much we could do there. But this is the first Bad Boys Club season where we're actually like in the house for a while filming. So, and then each boy has their own bed and all this other stuff. So this season I feel like it's gonna be a lot different, only because like now we're actually in a house and they have to make bonds, and we're gonna be filming 24/7, and we have security cameras all over the house to film everything, so that way we don't miss anything. So it's gonna be different, but yeah, I guarantee you it's gonna be so much better.
Yeah, that would be cute. I don't know. You might catch our audition tape. You might.
Yeah. But we definitely want to thank you for coming and kicking it with
us, Judy. Yes, special Judy.
Besides the shows, anything you got social medias you want the folks to follow you at, channels, website?
Follow me on Instagram at The Real Karon. Gemini Filmz on YouTube. We almost had 100,000 subscribers.
Come on, let's get it up there. Subscribe. Y'all will see the link. It's going to be right there. We are so
close to 100,000. I'm going to have a 100K party here in Boston.
Oh,
I want to have all the girls from like Bad Boys to come up all in one big ass room, and we just celebrate, drink, have a good time. But I also want cameras to roll, just to catch some. Yeah, like for a special or something. I don't know, but
special.
I feel like that'd be tea. When Bad Boys all stars. Just something cute for the people, and then invite a bunch of like fans and creators, and we just celebrate success.
I love it. But y'all already know how we kick this thing off. If you can't kiki with your Judies,
then who can you kiki with?
We definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and we want to thank Mr. Karon for coming through and catching us up and letting us know all the deets and the beats of what's happening in these streets. You hear me?
Hello.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us, and we love you. And we hope you guys have a great night and a great day and probably a good weekend, depending on
what time you're listening.
But we love you guys and good night.
Bye.